And we're back. Thanks for the wait, for everyone that was here, and then by everyone I mean nobody, of course. It's been that kind of stream. That is fine though. I'll just keep talking to myself, and I'll keep talking about what is going on. And what is going on right now is this upcoming fight, of course. The fight being a little bit annoying. Mostly because of this Luminion. Usually this fight is really scary because of the Nummel. But I think I can make a line where I can bring in Kingdra on a Flame Charge, take the Earth Power, and KO with Bubble Beam. Which is how it's gonna end. In Kingdra on Flame Charge, Rokos with Bubble after EP. In the same vein, and in fact, if it comes in on if Kingdra comes in on Earth Power, it's even easier. Or Lava Flow. Any of those is fine. Basically. To that end, Staravia, Tortuga can come in, KO with Rock Slide. Easy. Dreadnought doesn't quite KO, and Tortuga takes a little less from Rock Smash. And so long as I bring him in on anything but Rock Smash, I should be fine. Even if I do, this is Fighting Gem boosted, and, you know, that's only one. So, even 2 Rock Smashes won't kill. So, Tortuga 1v1 Staravia comes in on anything. And also in the same vein, the Gloom is just 1v1 by Fletchinder. I might want to pre-poison, but in practice, Fletchinder 1v1s pretty safely. And if that doesn't, Masquerade does. In fact, it's probably just Masquerade instead. I pre-poison it to make sure that I don't get slept. Pre-burn it, actually. Air Cutter, kill. I take 2 sludges. Unless they both crit, I should be fine. I could even use one of my Chestos here. I think I'll use one of my Chestos here instead. Anyway. So those are the 3 easy ones. It's the Luminion that's the hard one. Because Flaffy, yes, it can Thunder Wave it, but it has a Lumberry, and it dies to 2 serves, especially on a crit. Granted, I can just hurt it very much with both Shockwave and Thunder Punch. Shockwave deals slightly more, so Shockwave, but yeah. I can also Cotton Spore it. Bring in Grottle, and KO with 2 Razor Leaves. No, because I would have to take 1 Icy Wind. After which is gonna Air Slash, but I could bring in Flaffy on that again. And, like, reset. Okay, I have a decent out then. Okay, I have an out. It's not nearly as hard as I thought it would be. Flaffy, Cotton Spores, Gloomy. I can't quite risk the Surf range or the Shockwave range, basically. So that is the safer line with the Air Slash shenanigans. Grotto comes in on Surf 2, on Surf. Razor Leaf. Pivot to Tortuga. Or not to Dread. And Dread KO, either Dread KOs or pivot back to Grotto. Anyway, but it's probably pivot to Dread KOs. Because he comes in on the Air Slash, takes it just fine, outspeeds, and Razor Leaf at minimum deals 72%. I can't quite guarantee that kill though then. I can with... no, not even for Chinder. I can't bring that in. I think I just switch in Tortuga, switch Grotto back in. I roll. Yeah, that's how I do it instead. And I either take only like 10 to maybe 15. That might make Staravia slightly scary, but in practice it won't. Because I can bring it in on a dual wing beat that Grotto baits. Yeah, okay, so this is fine. So Grotto comes in on Surf, Razor Leaf on Icy. If he doesn't Icy, we just kill. If Icy winded, pivot, back and forth with Turt. Kill with Razor. In comes Staravia, right? I do need to double check that because Sludge also deals a fuck ton. Yeah, no, it's not actually Gloom that comes in, it's instead... it's not actually Staravia that comes in, instead it's Gloom. But I have a way around that. It is switch Dreadnought. In comes Gloom. Let me double check if that's the case. Just in case. Because I will take a Surf, an Icy Wind, or an Air Slash. And if that's the case, I take another Surf. And, oh, because Gloom is slower, always be slower, so Staravia is always gonna come in. Okay, good to know. In comes Staravia. Tortuga 1v1 Staravia comes in on dual wing beat. So Tortuga comes in, and basically even at 100% HP, Gloom sees a kill with Magical Leaf. In comes Mask. Air Cutter 2 KOs. Normal comes in. The only issue here is that it's Ancient Powering. But because, no, and if that were to hit, I am in massive trouble, so I don't actually want to kill it with... So I can't actually do this with Nummel. Or I can't actually get the kill on Gloom with Masquerade. What I can do instead, though, is use Litleo. It's a 2-hit kill, but that is fine. So in comes is Litleo, 2 it KOs with Incid. Even if I were to get... Good evening to you, Atlas. Thank you for joining. You caught me mid-prepping for one of the final fights before Rustboro. I started this stream getting Deathless through Raleigh, as is evident from the title. And right now, yeah, I'm doing like a bit of prep work for the final fight. This Luminion is actually a demon, and so is the Nummel. Basically, Ancient Power is simple, Nummel, if you get the 10% against you, you wipe. So you want to avoid that. And the easiest way to do so, from the looks of it for me, is using Litleo. Because then even if he's at like 50%, it should generally click Earth Power. It might click Ancient Power though. Okay, so this is the one thing. You don't want to risk it on a 1 in 5. I have a very easy kill into the Nummel, but I need it to basically not click Ancient Power. One in 5 is Stone Age, do not forget that. Yeah, I'm well aware. It's why I'm prepping for this. You really, really, really don't want that 1 in 5 to happen. So, I'm trying to see if there's like a way around it. Like for example, because the main issue, you know, as news my hack Nintendo Switch comes tomorrow. Nice! That is, definitely something you should be talking about with Showdown people. Anyway. No, but it's nice to have. Definitely. So basically you want to kill the... Don't talk about that on PS. I mean, I'm not talking about this on PS either. So, like, I'm only really doing that in, like, your Discord server. I'm not even promoting myself in, like, any of my other servers that are related to Showdown. So, yeah. Anyway. The problem is... Actually... Hold up. Because Incinerate... Crit as a kill is a thing. If I have, like, a resist for Bloom... Which I don't... Not a good one, at least. Kingdra might be... If I can get the kill on Gloom with Kingdra instead, which is an option, because it doesn't take too much from like Magical Leaf and Sludge and shit. And if I pre-burn it, give him Auron to counteract the burn, basically. I need to take like 1 Magical Leaf, 1 Sludge. And that's it. Yeah, oh, okay, so that is actually how I want to do that instead. Okay, there's a clean line here, and it's instead of... Because here in comes... And Gloom will want to click Magical Leaf. Kingdra can take that Magical Leaf, can take the subsequent Sludge with 2 burn procs. He's always gonna click Sludge, maybe Magical Leaf, but like... And burn is like 1 in 16, right? round it down. He's gonna take like 4 damage every time, so it will be 3 ticks of burnout we would need to take then, so that is 12, so it'd be at 7 HP, and Num will be the only one left and Kingdra can kill before it does anything. So honestly, yeah, that is even easier, and I don't even need to I don't even need to bury, because it's safe. I'm just gonna, I think this Income's Gloom, Kingdra 1v1s, at worst remains at 7 HP. Normal comes in, Oko's bubble with bubble. Easy. We burn. Oh, he's not in the team yet. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm ready. I just need to get the team. And the team that consists of Flaffy. And it is Grant. I'll bring... I mean, it's definitely Claire as well. Ramos is going to be used. Fletcher Faulkner is not. Who am I missing? Flaffy, Grottle. I think I just need 4 Mons, so I think my backups would be like Fake Out with him, Quick Attack and Bubble Beam with him, and Rhyhorn is not going to be used here whatsoever. It's way too weak into everything. I suppose it's like... No, it's not. Never mind. You don't even need an item. You don't even need an item. I can keep your Orn, but you don't even need it. You don't even need an item. You don't even need an item. And you two are like the backup. Cause is like Cotton Spore. Putting it at -2, switch out to Ramos. On like effectively like only Surf. Is there an issue with like crits? Nope, there's not. Then Icy Wind won't see a kill, so I can safely switch in Onyx Surf with Ramos. Ramos Razor leaves once, gets hit by Surf, then by Icy Wind or Air Slash. I'm just gonna assume Icy Wind, because that is the worst line. Tortuga takes then Air Slash. Brawl takes another Surf, 2 Surfs, and an Icy Wind. So it'd be at 5 HP, and in the only HP range where Staravia's dual wing is the only move to kill. So Tortuga can come in on that, having taken 1 Air Slash, 1 crit Air Slash, then a crit dual wing beat, and a crit Rock Smash. No, none of that will kill. And if it's a random move into Kingdra, that doesn't quite matter either. But that is the only thing that might, and to avoid that would be the easy way to avoid that would be to give a... No, I don't even need to avoid that. Even if that were to happen, I'd take like 2 crit sludges and 3 burn procs. Like the damage is like, it's 2 more HP I'd lose, and I'd still lose 12, so I'd be at 6 HP. So I'm fine. Okay. I should have had the captain sheet up for that. Anyway, we're gonna apply a burn to Claire to ensure it won't be put to sleep or poisoned, because both of those would be problematic. And now we're gonna do a speed run of, by speed run I mean a speed up run towards the final fight before Rustboro. No, that's not where I want to go. I want to go all the way up. And here, there she is. My lead should be Lisa. It is. Yeah, okay, so Elisa is gonna Common Spore Luminion, take the Surf, and from there it's a 1v1 that can be done by Grotto with maybe backup from Tortuga. Tortuga 1v1s the Staravia, and then Kingdra cleans up the house. Should I or shouldn't I? Okay, sure. I will battle. Yeah, this one isn't so simple. But I think I have a 100% safe line. Cotton Spore. With this Cotton Spore, we don't use Thunder Wave specifically because Luminion has a Lumberry, so that would do anything. Here, a Surf is a range to kill, so we can't keep Flaffy in. Ramos can take the Surf just fine. It takes 12 to 15. It's not relevant damage, basically. Then we will click Razor Leaf. On a crit, that's just a kill. On a non-crit, that is whatever. It clicks Air Slash, which makes this like even easier. Mega Drain. This is actually the line where Grotto keeps a higher HP amount, because I don't need to switch it in. Now, at this HP amount, Staravia comes in and sees a kill with dual Wind Beat. That is also absolutely the highest damaging move, and as such, we go to grabs. It takes 1, and it takes 2, and that is pitiful damage. Now, the Rock Smash that's incoming is not pitiful damage, but the Rock Slide that's gonna come in return is killing. 40, that's fine. So right now, in comes Gloom, who will see a kill with Magical Leaf. Both Gloom and Nullum outspeed me, and as such, both see a fast kill. Gloom is the first in the party, so that's gonna come in. Claire can take the Magical Leaf. Alright. About that much. That is a non-crit, and with that, like, all the scariness is basically gone. My Aurora Beam. That is a 2-hit KO, so I take 1 sludge here, which at most deals 28 on a crit. Yeah, whatever. And another 1 kills. And with 1 more burn proc, even though Nummel, who is the final one to come in here, has a Pasho Berry, even though I am burnt, but it matters much, I have a 100% kill with Bubble Beam, and this is over. we only care that your life is ended. And that leads us into Rustboro, where I have an option to get the encounter here, and I'm not gonna grab that option. I have been informed through videos that the encounter here that you really want is the fossil revival. Now, I don't know how much of that is true. What I do also know is that you can maybe get the Hisuian Arcanine over here. There's a trade for that. And between those two, it is very much in your favor to wait with your encounter over here. But that doesn't mean we can't get any encounter, because there are still two locations, Route 115 and Route 116. In my last run that got up to here, I ignored Route 115 because I had a good water type and I didn't see a reason to. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again, but irrespective of that, I'm going to go in here, Route 116, and I don't know if anything can hold an item, but just to try and see if they can, I will be getting my Dottler, who has Compound Eyes, and thus increases the odds of health items. Flaffy also has like some shenanigans with static, but they're not relevant right now. I say that, but is that true? It does mean I have basically a 55% chance for Togedemaru here, but whatever. Berg in the front, propellants off, and here we go. What do we get? On Route 116, it's Makuhita. That is, without a doubt, the second worst encounter here. But I think for my specific team, it may not be that bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a ball. Okay. I think I can safely click Struggle Bug here once. Right? Yeah, I can even click it another time. Crit, higher roll shouldn't kill from that range. I can arms thrust it, I'm gonna just skip through that. Actually, I'm gonna try again. Roll. Are you gonna get in? 3. There we go. Makuhita. If only I had Brawly still available as a gym leader. Instead, I'm gonna call you Chuck. I think Chuck is perfectly fine as an alternative. In hindsight, Brawly should have been Chuck and vice versa, but yeah, you can't really expect to know what's gonna happen on that front. I'm gonna go take a look at it. I'm gonna wait with the encounter in Route 115 to see if I can get through Roxanne pretty safely. If not, I might get the encounter over there. There are some good encounters over here. Basculin, Quillfish, Clauncher could be fine, Shoulder could be good, Horrorfish and Krabby are alright, Clamperl is good specifically for this fight if you can get the Deep Sea Tooth. I don't know if you can, though. You can be very likely of it with the Dottler, but we'll see. Oh! Holy! It has a Black Bells. I'm so happy I did the Compound Eyes thing. Because Black Bells are a really good item. Thick Fat, Brave Nature. Sure. IV-wise. That looks pretty. That looks real pretty. I think that is a really good addition to the team. And I believe I will need to check, and I'm gonna do that right now. Makuhita evolves in time, right? Yeah. It evolves in time for Roxanne. So I can actually get a Hariyama with thick fat for that fight. And one with really good bulk and pretty good attack. And by pretty, I also mean really, really good. Because honestly, 17 with a positive nature is still very good. And it gives me Fake Out, it gives me Force Palm, it gives me Vital Throw, it gives me Payback, it gives me Smelling Salts, like, plenty of options, really. I'm not sure how good Smelling Salts... I'm not sure how good Smelling Salts can be for my specific team. But I've got, like, some Stun Spores and Paralysis in general, so... I had enough fighting types, so I'm not really like, oh yeah, I really needed this. But for what it is, it's really good. And an early black belt is also incredibly nice. Let's put everything in the bag real quick. In the same vein, I'll get rid of your turning mushroom while I'm at it. I'm gonna go ahead and look forward to the next fight. I think that's probably the best idea here. And there's two routes to go through. I can go through Route 116 and get a rare candy. Potentially even... I don't know if you can get into Rustboro Tunnel. But that is an option. But it's an option I'm gonna look at later. For now, I'm gonna just do the gym trainers. Which is starting off with youngster Josh over here, with the 3 strong physical rock type fossils. The strong physical rock type fossils. The Tyrant, the Arcan, and the Kranigos. I'm gonna go ahead and go take a look. I'm not gonna be importing my Makuhita quite yet. Why not, actually? Might as well. Export. Shroomish Makuhita. Import. At 25, Fake Out, Force Palm, Vital Throw, Payback, and I'm just gonna give it Smelling Salts as well. Just to have, like, the option. As a matter of fact, that is not the entire option I should want. It is, of course, at that point, a Hariyama. Not level 15, but level 25. With Vital Throw. Payback. Smelling Salts. Did I delete something else? It looks like I deleted something else. If it was something, it'd be... I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if I'm missing something. Dottler, Tortuga, Grottle, Kingdra, Masquerain, Yenfu, Fletchinder, Dreadnought, Litleo, Execute, Rhyhorn, yep, Flaffy, yes, Makuhita, Shroomish, Chelsea the Prelude, Kachina, Chelsea the Maina, okay. Yeah, okay, I got everything. I am gonna go ahead and ignore this one for now. Keyword being for now. So the same goes for all of these, because I do want to focus on this fight for now. With some fake out chip, Drain Punch just kills. Aerial Ace is arranged to kill, so I can't quite do that. And the same goes with Breloom, I can't quite do that. Kingdra outspeeds, and can click Twister twice to KO this, then in comes the Archon, basically sees an outspeed and kill with Rock Slide. Tortuga can take that decently well, Aqua Jet it twice, get it into the Fetus range, though even then a Rock Slide crit can kill, but not if I give it an Oran. Then in comes Granidos, who will generally click Rock Tomb, but can also click Zen Headbutt, and that is a bit of an issue. I can switch in a Rhyhorn, maybe Grotle instead. No, I'll switch in Grotle. Poison it, give it if that. Okay, yeah, no, that should be fine. It is okay. Quickly going over it. Kingdra 1v1's Tyrant. In comes Archon. Tortuga takes it and outspeeds with Aqua Jet, meaning it won't be flinched by Rock Slide. It'll be low, but in general it should bait Rock Tomb and Rock Tomb only, as that's the highest damaging move. It might click Zen Headbutt, but generally speaking it won't. I'll switch to Grotle, who can take one extra Ice Fang and Razor Leaf if that is gonna be trouble. I can do some pivoting with, like, I don't know, Mienfoo, and if I can basically bring in Rhyhorn safely on like a Rock Tomb or something, I'll be fine. Otherwise, we click Zen Headbutt, which also have a resist for, but that means it's still gonna click Ice Fang. Oh, there's an easier line, and I can't believe I didn't think of it. It may just be that I need to use Kingdra for the Granidos instead, but I can do that fine. But then I need to do something else for the Tyrant. Problem is that Mienfoo, there is killing rolls for Aerial Ace. I see that this thing is still from the last fight. My Tyrant solutions are stop and tantrum me. I would bulldoze it. On bulldozes front. And would be at like Because at any point in time, basically, I'd baiting Cranny Dose instead. I'd bait Ice Fang from it though, and I'd rather not have anything take the Ice Fang. But I can make sure that it won't do that by using Dreadnought. Like bringing Dreadnought on the Ice Fang. If he starts clicking Rock Tomb, I Rock Tomb it back. Yeah, sure. Iron Bulldozer on T2. Unless crit or max roll. HP large and small than or equal to 48. Bulldoze again. In comes Cranny Dose. If the Archon part is like agnostic, so sure. T4. It's clicking a random move between Zen Headbutt and Ice Fang. Dread. If frozen. Stare. Kingdra. Actually, just switch in Kingdra instead, right? Yeah, I'll just switch in Kingdra, Frozen Stare, Dread. Basically. Dread, or maybe even like Grotto or something like that. I'll stare as it goes. C5, Bubble Beam kills. T6, switch to Turt. Double Aqua Jet kills. See, that's very small. I need to make that larger. I'm sorry. There we go. So that's the general idea. And it looks to be pretty safe. And I think therefore I am battle ready for that fight. I'm gonna go through like the gym and then I'll assess if I need anything else. Basically. I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself my Dreadnought. Mienfu is okay, he's a backup. Masquerade is gonna sit this one out. Rhyhorn is gonna come. Be the lead, and the rest of the team is ready to. So, Rhyhorn doesn't need an item. Tortuga won't need one. Let me double check if that's true, actually. No, it does need an Orion. Go. Grotto is like backup from like Tyrant and Cratidos and whatever. I would Aqua Jet it after it'd be at most in 24, which is why I need the berry. Yeah. And with Kingdra. There's a way easier way to resolve that, it's just pre-burning again. I'll pre-burn Claire. that, I should be ready to go. In fact, I think I can even do this. Right? Yeah, I can even do this instead. That's even easier. Okay, let's go. But before anything else, there's 2 items I can get here as well. I completely forgot about them. There is a white lens over here. 3 items, technically, but this is the white lens, which helps combat like bright powder shenanigans and makes, for example, stun spore fully accurate. That's good. And the other guy is over here, and he gives me cut, which is alright. Here's the cut, and thanks for the rambling. I also get a moonstone. I don't have any moonstone evolutions. It was mostly good if I were to get like a Nido in this in the grass in Route 116, or Muna, or I don't remember what else there was, but like at least those. I'm also gonna go to the mart real quick, grab myself some great balls. 10, 20, that should be fine. And I'll grab a couple. I'm not gonna use them in game, so I might like in fights, so potion is just more valuable. I'll just get more potions. There we go. And with that, we're really gonna go to the gym. I'm not sure if I'm missing something in terms of items. If I do, I'll find that out in a bit. So, we have our little buddy over here. And we're gonna go ahead and take him on. Youngster Josh, who's gonna lead with a Tyrant. I'm gonna be with Dreadnought. I'm just gonna click Ice Fang. If I freeze, if I flinch, this is easy. If I don't, it's whatever. He's gonna brick and swipe me. Huh. That was not on the move list for me. I'm not surprised, but yeah. It wasn't actually an option I thought we had. But in the case he did, I was like 3 KOing through break and swipe anyways. Arcade! He's gonna rock slide me. That is not the best, so Grant comes in and takes it. There was also an argument to go Rhyhorn there instead, but Rhyhorn can get flinched, and Grant cannot. Here's another rock slide, which is going to put me below berry range, but that's fine because I've got enough. Aqua Jet no kills. As a matter of fact, at this HP, Tortuga there's barely a kill with Zen Headbutt crit. And also one with Rock Tomb crits, so I can't risk it. He's gonna click either Rock Tomb or, oh, right. I forgot about that. Rock Tomb or Zen Headbutt, anyway. Giovanni can take both, and yes, it baits Ice Fang, but yeah, in this case, that is alright. I'm gonna bulldoze. If he freezes me, I am not in trouble. I've got backups on backups on backups for this fight. Could have been like a Sansu play there, but or a soft sand play there for Rhyhorn. This is an easy fight anyway. And so is the next one, I believe. I'm gonna need to double check on it, but I believe the next one is as well. Let me bring it over here. So that is Youngster Tommy. This guy. And over on the counter page, we will see I clicked one too far. It's this guy instead. I can do the other one as well already, but whatever. So, Sudowoodo, Kingdra outspeeds, and 2-hit KOs after taking what's probably going to be like a Rock Slide, so at most you take like 50%. Due to the Pasho Berry, Kingdra actually can't quite 1v1 it here. What about Rhyhorn then? With the soft sand flips. It barely 2-hit KOs, but in doing so, I would need to take like at most this. And then in comes Tarkle, who can KO with Scorching Sands, so that's not an option either. Then the third alternative would be Throttle with the Sansu, and using soft sand as well, but I am barely slower. Okay, I will start fighting just to make this very clear. I'm gonna go like backwards a bit. Corsola. That should be... I need to make sure that I actually am able to write over here and make it legible. Is this legible? No, why is it that small? Go for this, really? It's not what I I'll use this instead. I think that's most legible. Now I'll do this. I'll just do this. So, Throttle 1v1's Corsola. That's like no fuzz, no issues. Breloom does it as well, and Execute does it too. But Grottle does it safest. For the very simple reason that it heals itself. The second best would be like Breloom. There's also like an argument for Mienfoo, but whatever. Like, and there's like a Scald Burn there waiting to happen, whereas with Grottle that's not an issue. Because it will never click Scald. It will also never click Calm Mind. And if that were to happen, I've got like Mega Drain to heal myself, and Razor Leaf, even with a burn after 2 hits, should just kind of KO. Grottle 1v1's Corsola, and I now see that it's 2. Grottle 1v1's Corsola. That is one of the things. Lily, with its Giga Drain, Infestation, Ancient Power. Hariyama holding its own Black Belts is a KO. Mienfoo with Fake Out Chip and Black Belt might KO? Yes, it does. And the only reason to use that instead is so I don't have to evolve Hariyama yet. So, Mienfoo, Black Belt, Mienfoo 1v1's Lily. It's also no fuzz, no noise. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try and see how much that would be. 9, so 19. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Okay, good to know. So for Sudowoodo, I'll King Draw 1v1s. Yeah, King Draw just 1v1s Sudowoodo. And does so like very cleanly, very easily. Nothing to worry about. Then the only issue is the Carcoal. Because of the fact that... I say that, but that's not true. I just use Kingdra still, and if he gets the AP boost, I have taken at that point, at worst, 50%. If I get Murphy'd, I would lose that, so I need an alternative line. And that could be through Dreadnought on Sudowoodo instead. I think. Because 2 submissions won't kill me. Just kind of water pulse. I get at most down to 14. Depending on the HP range, basically if I take 1 fewer submission, which is possible, either Lily or Carcoal comes in. So, Dread 1v1 Sudowoodo, Kingdra 1v1s, Carcoal. Because I would have to take, like, Scorching Sands, Burn. I already saw that deals 4, so 51. Then at that point it can click a random move between Sand Tomb, Scorching Sands, and Ancient Power, but it's most likely to Ancient Power. And it could get boost. Go to 37, then I go to 33, so I still get Murphy'd. So I can't quite afford that. Maybe Tortuga can do the 1v1 instead? You can't. So what if I reverse it instead? Go Dreadnought and Carcoal. Rock zoom it down instead. Be like AP. I'm still faster, so just Scorching Sands after I rock zoom it. And it'd be at neutral again. Let's make sure that I go about it the correct way and run. But then it clicks random move. Kingdra can take it, but doesn't always see a kill, but I can clear smog it. I can get like most this and a bird. We have 43. Then I can smog it once, power and might get the AP boost again. If I give it a poison barb, get 15 at this point. At most, it doesn't change the mid-roll. And Bubble Beam is in a 50-50. So I can't quite afford that either. I need like a Murphy-proof line, preferably. Like, most of these lines are just Murphy, like, not Murphy-proof, but like generally bullshit-proof. So I'm gonna go instead about it this way. What if I 1v1 Sudowoodo with Rhyhorn? He can do that pretty easily. Get rid of everyone. It's Grottle and Mienfoo. Because at that point, I'd bait in, like, at worst, like, probably Sudowoodo. No, Sudowoodo. Probably Carkol if it's, like, min-roll. It might be Corsola. But if it's Corsola, it's Scald. And I can go to, like, maybe pre-poisoned Grottle. Mega Drain it. And then Mega Drain it again. Or Razor Leaf, depending on if he Calm Minds or not. And then after that, Poison is like 1/8, so I'd be at 16. Harp comes in, outspeeds and kills with a random fire move. That is where Kingdra can come in on. Oh, or Ancient Power too. Sees a random kill with Ancient Power as well. Oof. That is where Dreadnought comes in instead. Rock Tombs, Rock Tombs. Rock Tombs. Then I've come back to the same issue, right? I think it might just be a Hariyama time to get Hariyama up. I think it's just time to get Hariyama up. That is a teammate of mine notifying us of his absence for the next fight. For the next practice. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and level up Hariyama, get the moves, and get it ready for battle, basically. Because Hariyama against Carkol does incredibly well. It honestly just kind of takes on everything, but the main things I needed to 1v1 are the Lily. Like, well, Hari 1v1's Lily. Hari 1v1's Carkol. Only thing I'm slightly scared of is a burn, but I can pre-poison it to deny that. No, I'm not going to do that. Even if it were to happen, I've got a backup then in Kingdra. Because I just needed to deal like decent damage, and in the order I'm doing this, generally speaking, Carkol should come out second. Or third. Maybe fourth. And if Lily becomes an issue, I've got Mienfoo in the back to help out as well. Yeah, I think I'm good to go. I really need to increase the sound level of my follow thingy. Anyway, Whaler, thanks for the follow. I hadn't noticed it up to now. And I see that I'm actually really quick with it. It was only minutes ago. Still, thank you for the follow. Just basically going through the run and bun second gym leader's entourage. And in this case, it's a pretty clear... Like, there's a lot of, like, if something can go wrong, it might. And you preferably avoid that. And I'm way too bad at seeing that happen. And therefore, I am a little bit slow when it comes to these fights. And the fights in general. But right now, I am ready for the next one, which is the youngster there at the bottom. Youngster Tommy, that's it. And youngster Tommy here has a bunch of ancient power shenanigans. And those ancient power shenanigans are things you want to avoid. And because you do, you basically need to bait different moves, and you need to, like, or you need to have an insurance against it. In my case, it's the former. Effectively. Whirlwind! No, that's random. I do not want randomness on my side. I need that randomness to be as low as possible. Chuck gets payback. I'm gonna get rid of Sand Attack for now. And we're gonna keep leveling you up. So one move I might consider here is Smelling Salts. It's basically if I think I will be paralyzing and the damage outcome for that is actually useful. To me, in practice, that is a never, I think. And for that reason, I'm gonna ignore it, at least for the level up right now. Because Makuhita learns it at 25, Hariyama 26. But because I'm not gonna teach you to it anyway, I'm just gonna let it evolve here. And if I want it later, I can always get it later. That was the thing anyway, so, you know. Hariyama. And that is level 25. Everything else, item-wise, was just nothing, I think. Or did I need a soft sand? I did need to soft sand the Rhyhorn, actually. And that is everything. I can run, like, maybe something, but I don't think that would be necessary. Let's just give it a whirl. It's also, like, white lens, but... Gonna go, and we're gonna go ahead and take on this gym, or at least the youngster over there. Double check that I have the right lead. I do. So here we go. You can't beat me. Won't stand a chance against Rockstar. That is true. If I can't beat you, I have to restart. That's the problem with Nuzlocke. So, I'm going to quickly reorder this a little bit. Sudowoodo here is going to click Submission or Stomping Tantrum. I can take one and deal at least 50% exactly with Bulldoze. And that is exactly enough for me to kill it. Now with me at 46 HP, that means Carkle comes in. That was generally the most likely to happen. And it's going to click Scorching Sands. The idea was Hariyama was gonna 1v1 it. I'm gonna change it up a tiny bit. Go to Brawly to help out a bit. If this gets burned, it's whatever, basically. It didn't even get burned, so I can just kind of Drain Punch it for free. So it's already showing that all the worst case scenarios you need to think about, or generally something you do need to think about. I am trapped. Ooh. That could have been an issue if I was burned, but I'm not, so Drain Punch just kinda kills. In comes Corsola. Oh, I still have the black belt equipped here. Yeah, no, this is correct. Now, Giga Drain is a 2-hit KO, and Drain Punch is faster and is a 2-hit KO as well. You can also click Infestation, in which case I'm really fine, because that is not consequential damage. All this prepping only to see I can just click the button and win. That's the power of Nuzlocke. Sometimes you have to over-prepare for things that are not gonna happen anyway. Try to sit a little differently. I'm starting to notice my shoulder a bit. Not great. Corsola. I still 2-hit KO with Drain Punch, and he will click Scald on me. If he were to burn me, I can still switch out. If not, I just win. So this is where I switch out, and it's still gonna click Scald. I'll go to Claire for now, because he can take the skull just fine. And should be able to 2-hit kill with Bubble Beam. That said, it's going to recover here now, because it sees that I don't outdamage the recover. I'm going to double check the AI document for that. Recovery. Recovery move. If AI decides to recover, +7, else +5. Okay. Well, it should select recover here then, because it should see that is a good idea. It being below 40% and all that. So Ramos can actually come in safely, won't get burned, and 1v1s from here. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can just now kind of razor leaf and kill. But I'm not sure why I was wrong. Oh, because Ancient Power does still have like 20% to get high priority. Yeah. You can tell I'm talking very methodically about this game. There is, if you're not familiar with it, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. There is like a 19-page AI document. There is a bunch of resources, and like this game in general is very puzzly. At least that's usually how I describe it. And that's a good thing in my eyes. It's very fun to puzzle with. And that brings me to this next puzzle, if you want to call it that. I will actually quickly show it over here as well. Hiker Mark. Say hi, Mark. Aw, he's shy. Anyway, Mark over here is using all the rock types. All the bulky physical rock types. And I have a bunch of options to combat that. example, for the Graveler, the first Graveler, I have Tortuga. I, in general, have Hariyama as an option. I've got Grottle, who can, like, do a bunch. Except it's speed ties, so it's kind of meh. There's Mienfu, who can do a bunch. There's Kingdra, of course. Where are you? There you are. Execute, etc. I think, honestly, this might just very well be Kingdra sweep. Kingdra, Bubble Beams, and Graveler clicks either Bulldoze or Stealth Rock. Probably Stealth Rock, because that is very highly prioritized on turn 1. And I just kill after. And even a +2 crit Bulldoze won't kill Kingdra in return. From there, Lairon comes in. Also has Sturdy. Depending on Kingdra's HP, I might need to be a little careful, but in general, I think this is just a moment for me to get Brillo in a fight that might actually be the real answer, but man, everything is like 30, so it's like Grottle speed ties, and that's annoying. But I can basically assume... Oh, there's an easier way for me to do this. I'm just gonna Twister turn 1, and then Bubble Beam instead of Bubble Beaming first, so I might get the crit Bulldoze with boost. That way, even if I'm at -1, I still outspeed easily. And I can basically do the same thing over here. Do Twister first, and then Bubble Beam it. That kills. These two, Boulder comes in, who has Solid Rock and does survive. And it will see kill with a random move. And I think it's actually Breloom that I need to bring along, because it actually takes both. It's like the only resist to both rock and ground. But honestly, Grottle can probably do just fine. Mega Drain it once, Mega Drain it twice, and take like 2 rock slides in the process, which sure. If it's Sandstorms, yeah, okay, whatever. Even then, like, the Mega Drain is a 3-8 KO considering the first one comes in before the Sandstorm goes up. And then finally, Graveler Lola comes in, and I can still just kind of outspeed, Mega Drain, recover whatever he might throw at me. Probably Rock Tomb. And depending on what happens from there, I'll probably either switch to take something that can take the takedown. I think that means Dreadnought. Or just, you know, kill it with Mega Drain. In other words, this should be an easy fight. And I think I literally just need these two with these 4 as being fine back up, all in all. Yeah, I'm fine. Here we go. I am battle ready. I've been noticing a lot of people are getting a cold and shit. Apparently it's going around right now, so that's... Hope I don't get it. So, Hiker Mark. We are gonna lead with Claire, who can like 1v1 it, and probably 1v1 the incoming Lairon as well. Under like 99% of the circumstances. And from there, I either have Grottle to finish it off, or I can just do it with Kingdra herself. Claire herself. because we are going to start here with a Twisted to maybe flinch it, but get sniped and flinch, and this is over. Because in comes the Laron. Oh, I can also just kind of twist or flinch if that happens. If it doesn't, whatever. Can you click the wrong slide? Okay, whatever. That at most dealt like 50%. Bubble Beam, KOs from here. It just needed to break the sturdy effectively. I needed to do like exactly 1 damage. Even like damage roll wise. Now in comes Bulldor, who with Rock Slide cannot kill me. Oh wait, no it can. It can barely do that on a high roll crit. So that means we switch out to Ramos on either the Rock Slide or the Sand or the Sandstorm. Okay. Now this becomes a little precarious. I should be fine, but we will see. With the Sandstorm up, I've taken the 5 chip right now. I'm gonna... Razor Leaf's basically guaranteed 3 KO, and Mega Drain is not. So I'm gonna Razor Leaf here first. In part, so we can maybe get Mega Drain recovery later. I take a Rock Slide. I take 5, and I should get my board proc. Did I not? Did I include that? I didn't. Okay. So, I'm 39. A Rock Slide plus Sandstorm Chip will not kill me still. I can Razor Leaf here pretty safely. And it's in the red, so I can Inky Drain it off. And we're good. The one tiny annoying thing is that at this point, Graveler Alola, who's going to be the final mon to come in, is going to click a random move. Basically all 4 of its moves skill. And there are some mons that I really don't want to switch in on certain moves. Mainly the 2 water types I had in mind, I don't want to switch in on Wild Charge. Mienfoo I don't want to switch in. Rhyhorn I don't want to switch on Submission. But that last one actually gives me an out. Because only if I get Submission clicked on, I have an issue. And even then, I won't have a big issue. Because I will then guarantee Bait's Submission. And I know what I can switch in safely. And this just makes it trivial. I can just bulldoze the Rhyhorn. Bulldoze the Graveler with Rhyhorn. And Giovanni here, even though he gets Shuka buried on, it deals about 50, and then he starts speeding. Or speed tying. So I'm not safe to stay in. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna switch out on the Submission, and Hariyama can come in, take the Submission very easily, and KO. Having 4 Pokemon in your backup means like basically every fight should be generally safe. And now I need to look towards the Roxanne fight. The big one. But first, let's fight, of course. We did it! Would have been surprised. You're next. After I did painstaking calculation for about the rest of this stream. Because I'm gonna stream until like 4, because I do need to do a little bit of chores around the house, like groceries, that sort of thing. But for now, let's see what I can cook up here. So, Breloom is an incredible bring. I know that from the last time, but I don't know if that is universally true. What I do see is I basically take whatever Bisharp can do and KO it with like 2 Mach Punches. And at worst, I'll be at 14 HP. In most cases, I should get bait Auroras once I'm below 28 HP, which I can't avoid. I'll be taking more. Okay. So, nope, that's not an option. You can go into the trash. The Bisharp is a nuisance, of course. Breloom does just kind of take it on, and also takes on... I was gonna say takes on Caracrossa really well, but that's not true. But Breloom, Grottle can pick up the slack for that, and also in general should be really useful for Soul Rock and Lunatone. Specifically Soul Rock. Between the recovery from Mega Drain and Razor Leaf and Growling. Yeah. Grottle is definitely a break. Breloom is also probably a break. For the very simple reason that it takes on Bisharp really well. I also probably need an Intimidator, but that part I need to look at later. I think Masquerain handles Zygarde, honestly, quite well. But also, interesting. If I can get Kingdra in somewhat safely, there's actually an Oko there. Same with Dreadnought, but Dreadnought is harder to switch in safely, but not impossible. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, Mighty Yenna even. Mighty Yenna is probably the safest to bring in, considering the whole intimidating. Actually, Kingdra cannot be brought in safely, and Dreadnought can't be brought in safely either. So it's genuinely just Mighty Yenna that can do that, which, I may have some pivoting options through... Skitter Smack reduces special attack, right? Skitter Smack. Yeah, lowers target special attack. So that is nuisance. Because that throws a wrench in bringing along Kingdra. For for specific, at least for Zygarde. It can still be very good for like Lunatone, Solrock, maybe Aurorus, but I have a Black Belt, so we can guarantee a kill with against Aurorus if I can bring it in safely, which is going to be hard, but not impossible. As long as I can avoid the Bolt Beam combo and instead bait the Power Gem Earth Power. Basically. And Kingdra does kinda do that. Breloom is necessary for Bisharp. I say that, but is that true? Yes, for the very simple reason that I can't get flinched. And Breloom avoids getting flinched, thanks to it having priority. But generally speaking, in comes the Aurorus, but it doesn't seem that I can outspeed and kill it. So that's honestly a good thing. So as long as I don't get crit, and by crit I mean high roll crit, because I need to be, what was it, above 28. And that's only happening if I'm at 18 or lower, so I need to take 747. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls where that's the case. Okay. So I need to basically not get crit, or get a low roll crit. That is not all too advantageous for me. I'm gonna start writing, just in case. Breloom 1v1's Bisharp. If HP larger than 28, baits Aurorus, because it will always take at least one Iron Head, low roll or high roll. That will always bait Aurorus. Baits Aurorus, Breloom. Could a hard skill make that difference? If I were to, like, scale its HP? It means that the Iron Head won't ever do that. Won't ever still make sure that Aurorus comes in. But I can't guarantee that Zygarde doesn't come in. Especially considering the fact that I can't actually hold the RnB because I need to hold the Black Belt to guarantee the KO on Aurorus. So basically it's just don't get crit and the skill doesn't do anything. Which is annoying. But against Zydog, I might be able to do something else then, hopefully. I can bring in Mightyena on the Dragon Claw, get an Intimidate off, force it to Skitter Smack, that. I mean, there's Flashinder, but or maybe even Masquerade. But I'd be bringing 2 things just for that then. No shit, that's kind of the thing with Zygarde. But then at the very least, because Skitter Smack, like the combination of Dragon Claw, Skitter Smack will kill me. And I can't afford to, so that is not something I can afford. So either I have to play around it or play into it. But if I don't get a crit, what happens then? Because that is also a good thing to look at. If I don't get a crit, Auroras would come in and die. Lunatone would come in and kill with Icy Wind. Hariyama can take that honestly pretty well, especially considering Stored Power is not gonna do an awful lot. And I can just kinda fake out Force Bomb, like fake out Force Bomb, Vital Throw, maybe even Payback, get a kill that way. After, because I have black glasses still, with the fake out chip, Payback kills. Assuming I don't get Hypnosis, and that is something I can't like guarantee. So if I can go fake out Vital Throw, because Payback needs you to be damaged, right? I don't quite know, or if it's just like if the user moves after the target. Okay, so it's just like being slower, and I am slower, so that is not something to me. That's not a relevant thing. The one downside is, in doing that, I would be risking Hypnosis Sleep, so I would actually need to still hold a Chesto and Vital Throw it once, effectively. Or Force Bomb it, probably. Because Force Bomb can paralyze, and if it paralyzes, I outspeed. But at that point, Payback doesn't KO anymore, and I need to, so yeah, so that's not an option either. So do I risk the Hypnosis, or what? Because Hypnosis, Sleep. No other non-damaging sleep moves. Yeah, it starts at +6. AI considers can be put to sleep. So 25% of the time, it will be the move it clicks. So that is not that useful. I'm just gonna assume no crit there, I guess. That's probably the best for now, and I'll like see what happens after. Stored Power at worst, at best. Icy Wind, Stored Power at best. So fake him out. And Payback then is not only incredibly likely to kill already. No, that's not true. I would need to give it black glasses basically, and I would need to dodge the Hypnosis. which is not likely. It's 40% of the time, 80% of the time it's a 50-50. No, 60% of the time it's a 50-50. And 20% of the time it's guaranteed, and 20% of the time it's not guaranteed. So it's effectively just a 50-50 for it to click hypnosis. So do I have an alternative line, maybe? Something with like Kingdra or something? No. Not Kingdra at least. Not Tortuga either. Maybe Grottle? No, because I would still need to take the sword power. Like, I preferably like not use super effective moves, and the only one that can somewhat safely do that is Hariyama. Powers if there's anything there. Flaffy is Bug, that is super effective. Tortuga is a water, that doesn't do anything. Doppler is not something I want to bring anyway. Yeah, no, it's not relevant. The only thing that might become relevant is like Execute, but Icy Wind deals way too much. Ever. You're not. The only reason to use you is to bait rock moves. And if I want to do that, I'd rather do it with the Intimidator. So it's very likely I'm not using that. Flaffy, with its electric type moves, is not useful. Doppler might be used for Zydog. That's the only one I can think of where it could be useful. Because effectively, it does just kinda mean Grottle can somewhat 1v1 it. But it would need to take like a Skitter Smack, and something else, which I can't afford to. So generally speaking, Doppler is not a useful one here. There might be scenarios, but the answer is probably not. I turned off the reflect, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't quite see a way through. This is at least not through to Zydog easily. I'm just gonna do the same thing I said before. I'm just gonna continue my line. Because in that scenario, Dreadnought, maybe? Yeah, but you don't want to bait the rock type move, so it's honestly, it's just Hariyama. Specifically, Chesto Hariyama, who fakes out, and Payback sees a potential kill. Stored power is Mighty Anna faster? Is there anything that's faster? Hydra, and that's it. Only other thing I can think of is like scaling, but no, that won't do the trick either. Let me do a quick refresh here. Just to get like all the changed shit away. You in, that's not necessarily true. You're definitely in. You're definitely in. Because Hariyama, honestly, the one good thing about Hariyama, the one really good thing about Hariyama is how well it doesn't salute itself. But it's not something that resolves the situation here. Because I can either risk the payback or do just double, like, vital throw into payback. That's like the two options. I think it's the second. Hariyama, fake out, vital throw, payback. Hariyama takes. And if he's put to sleep, well, fuck. I can probably, like, sit out the sleep turns, but we'll have to see. It's gonna be like 1, 2, 3. So he's likely gonna be at like 2. At worst, he's at 20 HP. Most likely, he'll be at like 50-ish. In general, anyway, Zydog comes in there, and he's gonna click Taros. For that, I have Masquerade. Masquerade can take that, puts it at -1. And yes, Taros is gonna be the highest damaging move still, because it doesn't think it's knocked down quite yet. But once it's just pure bug, okay, pure bug, like amplifies whatever it does. Well, in this case, let's see, is there any type that just kind of is neutral to everything it can do? Ground. So it takes baits in Zydog. Hopefully no. Hopefully no double. No hit. It baits in Zydog. Unless there's like misses and shit. If it's like, I take 1 Icy Wind, so at -1, and like the stored power, it will be Soul Rock that comes in. And there I'll have to think about what I want to do. It might unironically be my Yena at that point. Taking the Psycho Cut. It's slower, else I wouldn't do that. Taking the Psycho Cut. It can take a crit Rock Slide. It's gonna bait Rock Slide. Probably takes a minus, and with it being a -1, it's random between Psycho Cut and Rock Slide is the thing. The Rock Slide flinches would throw a massive wrench. But generally speaking, it would bait in Zydog, which will Taros here. Masquerade can just kind of do some 1v1. Then, right, that's why I want to Grottle. Grottle can 1v1 from there. Because it then takes a Dragon Claw, Skitter Smack, Skitter Smack, while dealing critical damage back. Okay, that is not nearly as big an option as I thought it would be. How about, because I take a Taros and then Dragon Claw, unless I get crit. Unless I get crit twice in a row, I wouldn't be dead to anything. And I can Scary Face it. Instead switch to Dreadnought and KO with Ice Fang. Because he shouldn't Taros me anymore at that point. Actually, crit Taros is a kill on Masquerade. That is bad, but something I can't really avoid. So I basically need the Taros to not crit. Okay, Mask on Taros. If crit, well, if crit, sack, switch in Dread, KO with Ice Fang. At -1, it can handle Dragon Claw plus Taros just fine, and KO with Ice Fang. So honestly, I'm good on that front. Thank you to Show Armor and Intimidate Shuffling. I take Dragon Claw and Taros, and it being these 3 that I've done, and then that guy, so Soul Rock comes in. Clicks random move. Goodie. Because Grottle can't really come in on random move. Kingdra, maybe? Kingdra can come in on random move, but Rock Slide to Rock Slide crit would be deadly. I think it's these 6, basically. I think with these 6, I should have a decently... Sorry about that. I should have a decently good plan. It just risks a bunch of crits, which you don't want to do. As a matter of fact, I don't even need to Scary Face. So I don't even need to risk Masquerade. Because Dreadnought, like, that's the thing. Interesting. So, what would happen instead? I risk like a crit on Masquerade by doing Scary Face. But in doing so, I take like much lower damage with Dreadnought. In practice, probably like 19 at worst. Because he's to -2 and I outspeed, and then I also take an E-speed, so, and then I KO. And in would come the Soul Rock. And I can rock to it. And I've got... Well, he's stopping Tantrums me. Actually, because he was stopping Tantrum me, I can switch in safely to Masquerade. If it's still alive. And then it will click Rock Slide, but it will be at -1. So I can do a little pivot back to Dreadnought, who would be, what was it again? At like this much. Then it takes a -1 Rock Slide. So stopping Tantrum is again the only movable click. I can go back to Masquerade, bring it to -2, and then go to Throttle and be safe. Basically. Or if I'm feeling frisky, once again, put it in the right HP. High, then at -2. So I would have to take this, and it's gonna be random move. Unless I do it again, and I just do 28, so I'd be at 36. I could even be at 46. If I were to be at 46, it should... Yeah, okay, that's not a safe option. Maybe at 46. So I'd do it once again, switch it in, switch it back, it would be at 46, and then it takes a -2 Rock Slide, it'd be at 36, it'd be at 30, and then again it'd be a random move. Right? Am I seeing this correctly? Dragon Claw, no. -1. -2. So I take like Dragon Claw E-speed. This comes in, I'd be at 57. It would go to -1. I'd take 21, so I'd be at worst at 46. I'd go to -2. Take 16, so I'd be at 30, so yeah, it's still a random move. Why is Kingdra here again? Because right now... I mean, I know why he's... I know kind of why he's here. It's insurance. And it's a way for me to... I can switch it in on Stomping Tantrum, and even if that crits... So he's gonna click one of those two, which are high crit moves, but Psycho Cut won't kill. Rock Slide is a range, and that is assuming it crits, and I outspeed into a kill, getting rid of that, and that will just leave me with the Caracosta. We'll click Zen Headbutt, or actually Ancient Power on me. I can go to Breloom on that. I can go to Grottle on that, Mega Drain, Mega Drain. And hopefully manage that way. If I get into trouble, I might have Breloom's backup. Something like that. But I'm not like, this banks on me not getting crit by Bisharp turn 1. And not getting crit by... Psydog on a turn, Masquerade switches in. Basically. Because both the first like changed the line entirely, and the second means I can't do the scary face shenanigans, and also effectively lose Masquerade. I'm not sure if Kingdra is the right call then. So if I bring him to -2, I do just kind of recover whatever it can do, but it'd click Rock Slide most of the time, and that can flinch. And I'd rather it didn't. It'd probably click Morning Sun a couple times though, so I can probably be decently healthy if I go about it that way. Then I can bring Insurance for Zydog and Auroras instead. Not that I need that though. So, I have a general idea. Else. Scary Face. Switch in Dreadkill with Ice Fang. Pivot back and forth twice with Dread on. In comes. Speed. Wait, no, in would come the Caracosta. Who would click Ancient Power or Razor Shell? Throttle can take either Mega Drain, and if it's a Razor Shell, I would go to -1 defense, which means then Headbutt is actually the move to click. Granted, that's not good either. Line, and I'm going to see the risks and how I'm going to avert them. I think that's what the general idea is. Dreadkill with Ice Fang. So if I have to switch it in blankly, at -1, it'll take like Taros, which means Solrock would come in. But at that point, I am in trouble anyway, so I can't really afford to. I mean, I say that, but I can just kind of. I have to steer that way. Whatever. Right. Direct pivot. Also, Scary Face. In comes Caracosta. Costa, yada yada. And it clicks. You like the former scenario because that's the one I'm working towards right now. So Razor Shell, AP. rather like avoid it clicking ancient power effect, basically. Takes the Razor Shell or the AP just fine, and it'd be at full HP right now, and then I'd have to 1v1 the Carcosa with Groddle, that's fine. So I have Kingdra basically there for the Soul Rock. That's the idea. So what are the wrenches in this plan? If there's a crit turn 1, there's like few points where this can go wrong. It's the turn Groddle switches in on Carcosa. If it gets an AP boost, I am royally screwed. Like, royally screwed. I'd heal a bit, but I'm slower now. Get AP'd on again, which can like go right again, and if possible, I'd like to avoid it. Generally speaking, though, it's also more likely to click ancient power. Bad number, but I'll see if that's true. I'll see if that's true in a bit. Whatever. If he clicks Razor Shell here, and I get my defense reduced, he's clicking Zen Headbutt, and I am in fear of a flinch into a KO, which is basically guaranteed. How about using Breloom instead? But that is not something I can like safely guarantee either. Rough. Make this a tiny bit smaller because it gives you a little bit more room to work with. I think it's still legible, like, right? Yeah, Breloom. Because the only thing I have as a safety, like that's safe against Bisharp, like fully safe, is Breloom. With its Mach Punch, KOing the Bisharp basically in 2 turns because of the Focus Sash. I take the Iron Head, and I need to keep the Black Belt. If it's a crit, I am in trouble. If it's not, I'm probably fine. Because at that point, Psydog comes in, who sees a kill with extreme speed. I can do the same line similarly as I have with if it came in from Hariyama though. But if it's a low roll crit, only Dragon Claw sees a kill. that said, that's fine too. Because I can take a crit, like not a crit Dragon Claw, that would be trouble for Masquerain. Because then it will see a kill with 1,000 arrows, and that's really bad. And Breloom would not be at an HP where it can safely handle that. But if it clicks Extreme Speed on me, or I don't get crit turn 1, I should be fine. No, even then, 1,000 Arrows has a chance to crit kill me. My god! Wait a second. I just remembered something. Doesn't... Masquerain has Hidden Power Ice. I just remembered. That is such a game changer. Wait a second. So then Masquerain can do it herself, you know? Assuming that, like, I'd still need to dodge the crits, but I don't need the speed reduction anymore, basically. And Masquerain is gonna basically just be here as a pivot and for the Zygarde. And a pivot into ground moves exclusively. Mostly because I don't, like, generally speaking, you don't really want to bait rock moves, right? So yeah. Pardon me. If Masquerain gets Taro's crit, I will always, it should always die. If the damage calculator here is correct, I'm actually going to take a look at if that's true, just in case. Masquerain 25,000 arrows, Intimidate active. A crit is a very likely kill. Yeah, it's a very likely kill. And on the flip side, why do 1,000 arrows in Dragon Claw do the same amount of damage? They shouldn't. Once he's just pure bug, he's gonna want to click Dragon Claw. As a matter of fact, 1,000 arrows plus Dragon Claw is still a chance to it KO. Why does it not show that off here? What is different about this one? Is it the damage rules? I think it might just be an ordering thing. Why are these two different? I think that's just a sign that I should stop looking at this one and start looking at the other one again. I think it's a sign I need to do that. I like the other one. Like it's very useful for like the AI prediction and whatever, but it looks like there's just calcing issues, calcing errors, and I don't want to risk that. So I'm gonna switch back to this one. And I will need to do an import real quick. because I necessarily want to switch that out for it, but because it's actually a damaging move. Makuhita is now Hariyama with Force Bomb, Fake Out, Payback, and Vital Throw. Box 2 that's not going to be useful here. That mostly means these 3, because they're going to be evolved anyway. Refresh the color coding, and we're gonna start this off. Breloom. If I look over here, oh, I forgot. I made a mistake there. And why is it level 14? It should be 25. That looks better. Dollar should be 25 as well. And I think that's everything. Yeah, it is. Okay. Why is Iron Head such a clean kill? Because it's still level 20. It's still level 14. And that's the important. Oh, there's part of it is also just I had helping hand on. That it's not a good idea either. Okay. So this damage range at least looks the same. Also, the idea of bringing Hariyama for Bisharp, that is unlikely, and by unlikely I mean not an option. I also need it for Lunatone, basically. Yeah, I caught the cold as well, so that's fine. From the top, I will also bring over my browser capture. That I had on the other page. Have that on the source here as well. to this 110. Good. Alright, well, with that out of the way, it was unreliable anyway, so whatever. One unfortunate thing is that I now have like less space to put my Twitch chat on and all that. Where'd it go actually? It's over here. There we go. Alright. I'm all edited up. Yeah, everything should be fine, basically. Yeah, okay. So, let's restart the planning, because last one looked a bit wonky. Bisharp, considering the Focus Sash, I have to like fake out to have it not deal damage. I cannot have a fake out mon that's faster than the Bisharp. I don't have the tools for that. And instead, so if I get high, like if I get crit, with Iron Head, it's gonna be like 14 HP. And there, Zygarde will see a fast kill, Auroras will see a slow kill, no, it will also see a fast kill. Yeah. I knew that, actually, but, yeah. Zygarde will see a fast kill. Then, also, Lunatone will see one, Zoroark will see one. And they will see one much earlier. So, in practice, those two will come in afterwards. If you can get through Zydog or Auroras. Yeah. So that was a thing. If the HP of Prelude is not below that, you kind of have to find a way around this Zydog. And this is going to be the main issue to handle. Because in that scenario, like 1,000 Arrows looks to be a crit. Looks to be a crit kill on Masquerade. assuming it's not, I'd be at 39 HP. And Dragon Claw only kills if it's a crit, so I'd have to dodge 2 crits to KO with Masquerade. From there, none of the team outspeeds, so it's going to be a slow kill. And that is going to be a slow kill by Auroras, but with basically any random move barring Earth Power. Discharge, Power Gem, or Body Slam. Honestly, the best switch in for that would be Hariyama. And then on the Earth Power, it's going to be basically always Earth Power, maybe Discharge. It doesn't really matter, I can just kind of force small more Vital Throw for the kill against Auroras. And I take Earth Power and Discharge, that kind of scenario. Have to, like, risk the crit now. At least against Zydog, I have to risk the crits. Also the idea of using Feature, but no. I can't afford that. Is there like knockoff AI? No, right? Nope. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped here, but I think what I'm just gonna do is I am going to route 150. I feel like I'm hitting a wall, and I hope that in doing that I might have something to break that wall. A thing I could do is fish at Slate board first, but there's nothing there that I would want. Not even the Buizel. If I'm not mistaken, there's also an, is there a hard skill here? Between Meteor Falls and Exit. Well, I do actually want to... Let me get back real quick. Because, of course, one of the things I really should be doing is get the Compound Eyes, because that means I have higher odds of getting good items. Dollar in front. Yup. So what are we looking for over here? Something for Zygarde is the main one, because right now I don't have anything. Or at least nothing safe enough. I have something if I do a sack, but I prefer not to. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fish here, and I'm gonna look for, I think Clamperl is best. Quillfish would be neat, everything else is whatever for now. But the for now is definitely a for now because Basculin can become really good. Quillfish is probably still decent, but it's gonna fall off really quickly. Krabby, same deal. Corfish might still be very good later, same with Clauncher, definitely Sheldon as well. Let's go and fish. See what I can get. It's the worst in Remoraid. Because Remoraid, I do get Auxiliary here, which is okay. But I would not call this good by any means. I get like Octazooka, I have Aurora Beam on this. It's not good. It's just, let's be honest, it's just not good. I'm just gonna keep it. This was very much a non-encounter. I guess I should have fished his late port to get rid of this, but... Okay, come on, get in. You know you want to. Come on. Can I do, like, chip somehow? I don't see an easy way to this. I'm just gonna... one off, great. See if that may do the trick. Come on, get in. Okay, that worked at least. Good. Well, Remoraid isn't good. So another water-type gym leader. Or something like that. Well, I don't want to call you Misty. Lana, Juan. Gen 4 has Wig, I already used that. Gen 5 has Crest and Marlin. Gen 6 doesn't have one. Gen 7 has Lana. Gen 8 has Nessa. Gen 9 has Kofu. Well, Lana it is then. Let's go take a look at its stats. It's probably not going to be any good, but... you know, always worth looking at. And for all I know, it's going to be like the 31s across the board, so it's going to be like the best Remoraid you've ever seen. But it's still a Remoraid, you know? Hustle, yeah, quirky, okay. And we are moving on. Yup, that was one of the Remoraids of all time. Okay, well, I'll run an export real quick to, like, get it on. But like, a Remoraid is not a good addition here. Suction cups 25. It's gonna have like Octazooka, Psybeam, Aurora Beam, and Focus Energy Auxiliary. Auxiliary. 25 with, once again, Octazuka. I'll do Bubble Beam as well, just for the sake of it. Bubble, Side Beam, and Bubble Beam. And that's everything. This guy can go straight into the trash. He's box 2. Yeah, no, it's not the solution to Zygarde I was looking for. Nor is it anything for, like, Caracosta, which is, like, the only other one I would be using it for. It could have been something for the Auxiliary, the Lunatone and the Solrock, but damage-wise, like, Seadra just kind of hits the ranges it needs to as well, while being faster and bulkier. And sure, Auxiliary is slightly more powerful, and I guess I could get it Aqua Jet and Bubble Beam instead. But that means I lose out on... Also, I don't have a Rare Candy, so I can't even do that. I could get one. I think what I'm gonna do for now is twofold. One, I have this guy up still that should be gone. But two, there are these trainers. And I think I can at least do, like, these two right now. This one and this one. The youngster Joey, who's up front here, and then the last Genis, who's after that. Because I think I can do those two fights pretty easily. And I might want that Rare Candy early, and I don't know if I can get access to anything else this way, but, you know, it may be worth looking into. And in doing it this way, you can at least do that. So, what do we have in store here? So, okay. If I lead with Breloom, double Mach Punch KOs, and Zen Headbutt won't KO me back. But I would need to already evolve Breloom. And I was trying, like, I'll have to use it anyway, probably. I will use it anyway, so I'm not sure why I'm waiting with it. And there's also, like, Hariyama shit I can do, I guess. Puchiana is still being at 13. It baits random between Brick Break and Hyper Fang, and I can't really afford that. So after I were to defeat Eradicate with Breloom, which I probably will be doing then, in would come the Pidgeotto. I can go to Tortuga on the Air Slash, Rock Slide, Aqua Jet for the kill. And that would get in Noon, who's gonna Seed C-bomb there. Like, even retaliate is not, like, it's not gonna happen. And Pidgeotto, actually, he's still gonna click Air Slash, so I might need to Aqua Jet a few times instead, but... I can... Oh, there's a... line. No, that's not a line, though. I switch it on Air Slash. Oh, I can just do that with Dreadnought instead. I'll do it with Dreadnought instead. I'm not faster, but... yeah. And I'll bring Tortuga Acid back up, and... Noon. Breloom can take the C-bomb that it's gonna click, even if he... C-bomb will see highest damage even with the double damage from Retaliate. And I can KO it back with Mach Punch. Okay, that's a very easy fight. Let's go ahead and do that one real quick. It does require me to forego the Synthesis and Toxic on Breloom, but I can live with that because I was probably going to bring Balloon anyway. Tortuga is going to be brought along. And Mewtwo, I think Orion maybe can see use. If it's anything, it's Kingdra. Nah. It doesn't really matter anyway. It's gonna be easy with, like, the mons that I have. Okay. Let's bring back my goat. Brassias. It's gonna get headbutt here. Better than Tackle, but it's probably not gonna stay. Tackle. And we're just gonna speed through this. Fake Tears, right, I forgot about that. It's one of the only moves where I'm like, maybe I should. Or like Stun Spore instead of Stun Spore mostly is the train of thought there. Instead of Poison Power is... It's already Speed Control. This is extra damage, and I think that's more valuable. And now we're gonna get Worry Seed, which I said shouldn't see any use, but like a while ago, but I'm not sure if that actually is the case. Basically, is there a reason to use it against like Aurora, but not against Roxanne because it's too slow for that? The only one it would use it against is Caracosta, but at that point Fake Tears is the better move. Also Mega Drain itself. And take a quick peek at like upcoming trainer battles if there is anything at all. There's like Comatose, but that doesn't do anything. Sorry about the squeaking. Focus Sash, which whatever. Steely Spirit, kind of. Lightning Rod, maybe. The Watson Split, maybe something. It does get rid of, like, Fur Code, I guess. main question is like, are there situations where it's gonna be better than poison powder? Or would having something to poison someone be better? I think the answer is no. So I'm gonna do this instead. Evolve it, get Mach Punch over Headbutt. And here is my goat. Our little Breloom. And with the Breloom in tow, actually, because I'm not going to the gym, I can actually pre-poison Breloom here. Making it a status soak. Not that that's going to be much of an issue, but still good. Okay, so for the Pidgeotto, we have the rock types. And I should be good, all things considered. So let's get the fights going. The main reason to do these is to get an extra rare candy and maybe an extra encounter. I don't know if that's true or not. I think my team is pretty well equipped to go through these, at least for a while, so I'm gonna go and check up until Rich Boy Dawson, where I do need to look like a little further than just, can I do it? In this case, the answer is yes, I can, very easily. And I'm gonna show how to do it. Youngster Joey. Same name as our top percent Tata one, right? I don't know. Anyway. Mach Punch is a clean 2-hit KO. And Zen Headbutt isn't. A 1-hit KO. It deals like, yeah, that much. I get a bit of Poison Heal, which is good. And that brings Brassius into, like, safe HP for the Linoon, but not the Linoon is going to come in into Pidgeotto instead first. We'll click Air Slash. Wake can take that, and basically 1v1s the Pidgeotto very easily. Rock Tomb. Simply Air Slash. Oh. I mean, mind, but anyway, now it's slower, and I just kill it. I had like 3 backups in case it went wrong, so I wasn't worried. And now this Linoon is only going to see a kill with Seed Bomb, which means I can safely switch to Brassius. Exactly. And KO with Mach Punch. Nice, very clean. Back real quick. The next fight is against Last Genis, who has these 3 lovely mons. And in my case, I should not have too much trouble, I think, but I will need to double check. Calcat. And that one. back a bit to the right trainer. It's this one. And it's gonna lead with your choreo. And your choreo. I just kill with Dreadnought. And if he, for some reason, feather dances on me, I rock tomb it anyway. Not only is that still a chance to kill, I outspeed after the first one. So that's one. In comes, I think, Whimsicott, because that sees a fast kill, and Bryon will never. Now, I do know that, like, Fletchina can take that very easily. But it has Prankster nature power, so I am in a little bit of a bind. I can aerial ace it just fine. I take 1 nature power, even with a crit. That won't kill me, and with like 2 poison ticks and the energy ball, that actually is in range to kill me. No, because yes, it is. Masquerade instead, then maybe? Takes the energy ball a bit better. And baits Dazzling Gleam. I can air cutter it once, I can air cutter it, and then if I get crit, I can switch out to like Fletchinder and finish it off with that. Oh, a crit into a crit is 72, so in Orin I'll be fine against that, but then in comes to Bryon. But Kingdra can kind of 1v1 that even with the echoed voice like ramping up. Even after 5 hits, the echoed voice is gonna do absolutely nothing to Kingdra. And I can just kind of twister it down. I don't know if these ranges like are correct, but because these do tend to stack up, you know? Echoed voice, liquid voice, and then because after 5 it's gonna be like a base 200 power move. Okay, yeah, well, that is like through metronome, and I'd have to take like 5. So first one deals pitiful damage. Okay, it's not as simple. I'm gonna just, you know, echoed voice, echoed voice, once, twice, 3 times, 20. Twice, 3 times, 4 times, 60. Echoed voice. 60. Yeah, all of a sudden this looks a bit bad. instead, maybe? Switch in Breloom, take the first one. Double check the metronome is correct, but I think it is once. I think it's actually supposed to be twice. 3 times, I think it's supposed to be like this. Okay, that is... That means I have to take 3, right? I have to take this one, and then I absorb that fully, no matter if it crits or not. Then I take this one. If it crits, it deals half. So I'd be at... I'd say it's like 32, so it's 33. And at worst, I heal 16, so I heal up to, what is it? 33 is 49. And then if the third one is a crit, it deals 56. But if I pre-poison Breloom, it 1v1s. Even this Brionne. Yeah, so I can use... Okay, so going over it. Dreadnought 1v1s. Orcorio. In comes... Whims. Mask 1v1s. Whimsy. If trouble. Who was my backup? Fletchinder. I understand it correctly. Which I think I do. So I'd only have to take 3 of them. And if they crit... Is that how that works? I want to double check on Metronome. The metronome item. Okay, so it's once, twice, 3 times. It works like this. Yeah, then I'm sure that I 1v1 it. Okay, good. That means I should be ready to go. And I don't even need items, I think. No, I don't. Good. I'm gonna do this fight, and I think I'm gonna call it after. Due to the stuff that I still need to do. But once I'm off the stream, you can watch the next video I've made. It should be uploaded in 12 minutes. Anyway, Masquerade. I don't need Tortuga. Fletchinder. I do need Dreadnought. I won't need Rhyhorn. Kingdra is my backup for Brionne. And so will Brawly be because of Fake Out. Actually, Chuck can do that just as fine. Yeah, Chuck can probably do that better. And then I do need to pre-poison my Breloom. And with that, I should be good. I will give Viola specifically Thornberry, and actually I will also pre-burn Viola because of the tri-attacks it might need to take. You know, that way I won't get frozen or paralyzed, which is much, much worse. Yeah, I think from here I should be fine. So let's give it a whirl. She is the trainer over there. Last Janus, right? I'm sure I said the name right. Janus, yep. Wake 1v1s your choreo, even through Feather Dance. Viola comes in on the Energy Ball. And hopefully 1v1's Whimsicott. If nothing else, Faulkner can pick up the slack. In comes Brionne and Brassius. If I calc everything correctly, should 1v1 Brionne basically perfectly fine. I'm a little nervous about that last bit. The one thing Hariyama really helps do is like deny the Brionne of Echoed Voice stacking, because Fake Out just kind of stops it, you know? So I think the better solution might actually be the combination of these two, of Chuck and Brassius. And to that end, I'll give Chuck the Silk Scarf. Let's go. I should be fine. I should be fine. I'll probably do it a little bit different than I said for the Brionne, but in general, this should probably go well. Or choreo. The easy part. Because I Rock Tomb on either Revelation Dance or Feather Dance. Revelation Dance is piss poor in damage. Feather Dance would reduce my damage and would mean this Rock Tomb could potentially not kill. In practice, it still likely would, and also I would outspeed after, so it's all good. In comes Whimsicott, who sees a kill with Energy Ball. Viola takes the Energy Ball, and now it's probably going to, say correctly, it is most likely to click Dazzlingly. In fact, it's always going to click Dazzlingly. I'm not sure why I pre-burnt it, in hindsight. I Air Cutter, dealing 70 to 80%. And Dazzling Gleam here on a crit deals 49 HP. So I do need to switch out. I will switch out anyway because that is good. Okay, I am gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna Struggle Bug. Echoed Voice, even on a crit, won't be threatening to me, especially if, like, and with it at -1, it should basically become trivial to combat this. Now I'm gonna switch out into Chuck, Fake Out to stop the metronome and to stop the Echoed Voice stacking. This is gonna hurt a bit, not a lot though. Now Fake Out, as a matter of fact, I think from this range, Vital Throw just kills as does Force Bomb, but I'm gonna click Vital Throw. So, a lot easier than I thought it would be. Which is good. And the upcoming 2 fights is a annoying one because I have to do those in tandem. It's specifically Rich Boy Dawson and the subsequent Jerry and Johnson. I'm gonna quickly get a heal. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to fix this up fast enough. As a result, I think this is where I'll call it. I was gonna end at 4, and it's almost 4, so yeah. I was hoping to get Roxanne done. I didn't see, like, safe enough lights quite yet. I'm gonna probably work through this all and hopefully come back on Friday. I should be able to be back on Friday, basically. Tomorrow I'll probably be working on like some editing for Saturday. I got like some stuff to do. I have other things I also need to do on Friday, so I do need to prepare for that. I need to remind myself I need to do that. I'll do that after stuff I need to do today. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling here online, but I do know that for now, this is where I'm going to cut it off. And I will thank everyone that joined for watching. I will thank everyone who was listening along. Thank you for listening. And see you maybe Friday. And if not Friday, see you next week. Bye.